All right, folks, what is happening? Rusty Shanks back here with episode 2 of the Manor Lords. We got all of our people into houses at the end of episode 1. Most everybody's got themselves a job. We've got to get a couple other jobs up and going, and we need to probably build another house so that we can get a couple more families to come in. We need to try to get into these berries, and I need to try to get some stone. But more important, I need to get some planks and I got to start working on a trading post. So we definitely have a whole bunch of stuff to get done this episode. May as well get everybody moving a little bit here. I think the first thing I'm going to do now here's what I'll tell you about the let's see here. Set him right here. I'll tell you this about the guy that cuts the planks, or gal that cuts the planks. They are going to take from your logging pile. So I have 15 right now. So what I'm going to probably do is once I get it up and running, I am going to set it to where he's only going to make about 12 of them. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to take my woodcutter here who's making the firewood, because we have plenty of firewood. We have quite a bit that we can go for a while without grabbing any. So I'm going to pull him off of this job. Let's get this fast forwarding a little bit here. I'm going to pull him off of that job, and I'm going to have him make a few planks. And then we're going to get us another house built. And we've got to really start thinking about a trading post. Now, the only thing I'd probably really have right now to trade is firewood. And I think you really only get about $1 for each piece of firewood. So I need to probably sell about 20 of those so I can buy a couple pigs for these backyards of our of our citizens here. And I think what I'm going to actually do is these first 3 fields, these first 3 houses, I'm going to turn into pigs. Okay, that's done. I'm going to turn those into pigs. That way we can get some extra food coming in. All right, so I'm going to pause him. And I'm going to put him over here. We're going to go to advanced planks. And right now I'm just going to have him make 10. I'm not sure exactly if it's 1 log per plank, but we're down to about 13 right now. We should be all right for a second. So now let's get us another house, even though we are waiting. Right here, that number 1, that 1 right there is showing that I have enough room for 1 more person to move in. So I'm hoping that happens quickly, because we need about 3 or 4 people for some jobs. So I'm going to build another house here. Again, try to get it. There we go. All right, now that's going to be our highest level of urgency there. We're going to fast forward it a little bit. So I was kind of talking in the other video about the farms. So farms are also a good way for somebody to have like a full-time job. And the only problem is, just like I'm kind of doing here, where I'm kind of taking one person, moving them to another work area. With the farms, you only need workers for basically to plow the field, sow the field, and then harvest it when it's done. So, if you can almost figure out something to do. And so what I thought I might do is when I bring somebody in to go and collect this stone, which is what I'm going to be trying to do here pretty quick, at least with one of the new people that shows up. Once that person's done collecting stone, I have to find them a job. So that might be who I end up sending to the farm. And then if I have another job like this, this clay that's way down here, I actually need to see. I think if I do it right, I don't think this is going to give me enough room. I don't think he's going to go all the way out. Oh, I don't think he's going to go all the way out to there. Oh, dadgummit. Storehouse. Advanced. Let me try not to go all the way up. I don't think, yeah, he's not going to make it over there. So what I would actually have to do is I would have to build another, I'd have to build another storage place really within that close of it so that somebody can actually gather it, and then I'd have to bring these folks from here to there to gather it and bring it back to the main town. So I've got to figure that out at some point in time. Okay, good. We got a family that moved in. We're gonna hit the play button here. Okay, right now I have 10 planks and 6 lumber. So yeah, well, we used a little bit of lumber for the house, but he's kind of going through the lumber there, making the planks. Okay, let's see. Now we're going to add this addition here. I'm going to keep the 2 workers. That way, it seems like it builds a little faster when you got a couple people doing stuff. We talked a little bit about the oxen. You can assign somebody to it, but it's almost better if you just leave it alone, because then whoever the available person is will go and use the oxen. At least that's kind of what I've gathered from the whole thing. All right, food. We're in pretty good shape. Yeah, we've got 10 months worth of food. Did he? Okay, he's got that down to 125. So if more fish start to come into that, start to produce into that pond right there, he'll fish them down until there's 125 left. And we definitely want to keep, honestly, at least 100 in there, especially once your town gets bigger. Because if you have a drought, it's usually a full year before it'll actually kind of get filled back up. And if that's your main source, which right now it is until we get into these berries, so you definitely want to try to keep enough in there that if you have to fish it dry, you're going to have enough to at least feed everybody for, dang near a full year. All right, where are we at? Fast forward here. Here we go. And once I get this house built, I got to think about what I want to do next. Have I used up any rocks? No, I haven't used any rocks, so that's good. But I need 15 to build my manor. So let's see. What is it? It's July. Just trying to think if it's worth going after those berries right now or not. And depending on if I can get a couple people to show up, like once this house is completely built, hopefully 2 more people will show up. Make sure we got that completely done first. Here they come. It's funny, it'll get right there to that point and then they'll disappear to somewhere. Okay, now that's actually given us the option to do that. So what I want to do first, and again, this is, which one is it there? Stone collector? Yeah, worker. No, that's not it. Here we go. Stone gathering camp. So basically, I'm just going to set this down here. Get it kind of turned straight. I'm going to hire somebody to go down there and work that. Anytime I have a worker that doesn't have anything to do, I'll send them down here so I can get this gathered up as quickly as I can. Okay, so this is good. All right, we're going to fast forward in just a little bit. We're going to see if somebody comes and moves into this house right here. I'm at 50% approval rating, so definitely come up from the wherever I was at, 32% or 26%, something like that. Alright, we're going to get this built up. Okay, pause, or not pause, but... Okay, we're going to add somebody to that. I don't think there is any advance. They're just going to gather rocks until there's no rocks anymore. And now, waiting on that. Let's see here. I only have one worker left. I really, at some point in time, want to start making sure that every little job that I have has a worker, and then start building from there, because then you know you've got your items coming in that you need to have coming in. I need to get on these berries, but I need somebody to show up first. Actually, I can go ahead and have them build. I'll have them go ahead and build it first. That way it's ready. Okay, now I'm gonna try to catch this straight across here. Looks pretty squared up, wouldn't you say? All right. Put us a berry hut right in here. We're gonna make that highest priority. All right, I got somebody in the granary. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll tell you what. I don't know if there's anything that needs to be collected. We're gonna pause this. We're gonna put this guy into the storehouse. Oh yeah. And here's the deal. I can actually build a marketplace without anybody. It doesn't really cost anybody to build on it. At some point, I'm probably going to move this thing, but it's only going to be able to fit 2 stalls right now anyway. Because all I've got is the granary and the storehouse. All right, so here you go. He's already gathered almost 10 stones in that little short time, so it's not going to take very long. Get somebody on these berries. Hopefully somebody will show up. So this is saying I have space for 2 more families. All right, they got the little common goods stall up. Should have a food stand up here in a second. Okay, I was watching this guy right here. Sometimes they will go all the way to the woods to grab a log and bring it to a job site rather than just going right over here and grabbing it. I haven't quite figured out if there's a reason for that or not, but it does sometimes kind of suck. Okay, so there's my... Okay, there was something... Okay, here's what I need. But that cost me 25 coin. So herb, if you do an herb herb garden, it helps your people stay healthy, like they won't get sick. I remember there was one time, like, I was almost out of food, and I'm like, why is nobody bringing in any fish? And everybody that worked at the fish station was sick. That's when I realized you got to have some herbs. And if you have some herbs, it seems like you don't see the production slow down near as much. But see, he's down to 80, 87 stones already, so that job's just about done. All right, we need somebody to move in is what we need. But what I'm going to have my builder do, I'm going to have him go ahead and upgrade this to the pig pen. So here's something I'll explain to you best I can. You've got these upgrade levels. It won't show me exactly what it is, but I think in order to go to the second level, oh, here it is right here. You've got to have foraged goods, vegetables, grains, or fruit. So they have to be able to get that from the market. This is why the market's important. They also need to have, they need to be able to have meats, fishes, and animal produce. Church access, which we'll have to build a church. I need to put some water in. Water makes people happy too. Got to have some water. And then they've got to have fuel. So that's why we have to kind of keep an eye on our fuel. The more houses we build and stuff, the more is going to be going out on a regular basis. All right, so he's building that. Let's get this fast forward. How many's he got left? Yeah, he's cranking through it now. I need to get my manor built. I'm not very good at explaining it, but I think that when you say build a church, you get extra influence. So if you wait until after your church is already built, okay, I think they got that upgraded. Okay, I can go ahead and do this, but I've got to think about a trading post very soon. So I'm going to get pigs in there. If you were to build the church before you put down the manor, then you don't kind of get those extra points for building the church while you're on site, I guess would be the way to say it. All right, so that's up and going. Let's get this producing. Here's the reality though. I can't buy another pig because I only have $25. What's this? Oh, what's it missing? Oh, it might be missing planks. What's missing? Okay, I probably don't have enough planks. Trying to figure out what else it would be. Let's see here. Where's my plank guy? Over here. Let's go. Let's tell him to make 20 of these. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, see, it went away. Okay. I think it was short on planks. How many is this to build? 4. Okay, that's a pretty good chunk right there. All right, what's going on here? 66 stones. Still nobody's moved in. I might have to think about putting in a well. I guess I'd like to know there's going to be water where I'm going to move to. Definitely helps. Yeah, he's rolling through it. He's halfway done already. Okay, construction finished. All right, we can't buy the pig, but we can upgrade. Oh, yep, we can upgrade this. And we'll upgrade this other one. Maybe that'll help get somebody to move on in. And then basically all your houses are kind of staying at the same level. That way you don't have to go back through and use workers later. I think one thing I've learned here is you almost want to kind of build stuff ahead of time, but you also have to think about your food. Let's see, how much fish do we have? 66 carp. What's the matter, Viv? Huh? You want your belly rubbed? You want your belly rubbed? Let's see. So I don't think he's been fishing for a minute. Okay, okay, there we go. Perfect. A new family has moved in. So let's see. I think what I want to do, I have somebody working there. I don't have anybody working here. So I'm going to unpause that. And then my next worker is going to go to the berry farm, or my next person that comes in. But again, you kind of want to have, at some point I got to get my woodcutter going again. But we still have 81 firewood. So, but the firewood is a really good one to trade, even though you're only getting a couple dollars for it. The planks, it seems like you almost need the planks, so it makes it hard to get rid of too many of those. But we need to think about a trading post too. All right, construction finished on that. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this one upgraded. We're going to do vegetables on this side of the road. Then we're going to have some meats and vegetables. We'll have some berries and fish. And like I'll show you here. So, oh, it's not showing it yet. But it should be actually showing meats and produce. Let me see if okay, upgrade large storehouse. Yeah, it's saying the granary has, oh wait, it looked like they just got it built. Anyway, some point it should be saying meats and fishes because I'm bringing in fish for sure. All right, we got that one upgrading. This guy's at 53 stones left. We're going to have to definitely get in the iron. This is, and this is the thing. I'm trying to keep myself slowed down because once this guy's done, I'm going to have a worker that I'm going to need to give a job to. I've got one more person that should be coming in that I can give another job to, which needs to be the berries. It's August, so I might be running out of time to get the berries too. Seasonal. Yeah. Teaming. Okay. Hopefully those stay there for a minute. That way we can bring in some berries. We do have 8 months worth of food, but oh, somebody's out of work. Okay, so this is telling me my logging camp is out of work. We're gonna advance. He was right there. Oop. Let's see here. We're gonna open up. We're gonna help the. Oh yeah, the woodcutter's out. He's doing something else, isn't he? Yep. 45. Okay, that's upgraded, I believe. Yep. Okay, fast forward. So I have somebody here, right? I have somebody here. I think I'm missing the woodcutter. Got a guy at the logging. Got a guy at the saw pit. 21 planks. Okay. I should have a bunch of rocks. 89. Yeah. All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll build this water well. I'll do it right next to the granary. I think that'll help. Oh yeah, I'm up to 63. 63 approval rating, folks. Look out. Yeah, got some rain coming. That's good. I don't ever think about it until something pops up and it's like, this drought's really affecting the crops or something. I'm like, oh, snap. I want to keep an eye on this and see if like 60 carp. I'm not sure. Oh, construction finished on the well. Okay. I'm going to keep an eye on that, but I feel like maybe he's not been doing too much fishing. All right, so let's think here. I need to build a trading post. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, here we go. These are the main roads. Like if I could get a trading post off of one of those main roads, your trading goes a little bit quicker. So let's see here. I'm going to try. I wish that was a little bit more to the right, or whatever direction that is. Let's try that. Okay. That'll kind of help us get to the main road. Oh, good. Somebody moved in. Okay. I need to get them on some berries. Let's see. Okay, and then yeah, I gotta tell them where to work at. I just kind of do that because it's not 100% clear where all the berries are at, but there should be 146 in there. Okay, let's get a trading post. Get that set up like over here off a main road. We're going to put that up to very high. Mostly because I gotta be able to start trading in order to keep, well, one, making money, but two, to get some animals and some vegetables in these backyards of these houses that we've already got. So I've got one worker. I think I'm only missing one job, and that's the woodcutter. We're still fine on that, 81. So we'll probably trade a little bit of a little bit of firewood. I'm telling you, this one's got to be. He's down to 10 stones. So I'm getting ready to get another worker freed up. So again, going back to what I was talking about yesterday, these temporary jobs are just that. They're temporary. Once they're done, they're done. You can get rid of the building, but then you've got to have somewhere for that worker to go. You can have a couple people that don't have jobs, but I feel like it starts to hurt you once you have, you kind of have to put certain people on pause, like the berries, for example. When the berries stop growing and it gets to winter time, you've got to put the berries on pause. So that person needs something to do. Same thing with the fishing. Once it freezes up, you got to give that somebody something to do. And if you don't do that, you've got 3 or 4 people running around without jobs, which affects your approval. So, you general good variety, market food variety, all this stuff has given me a little bit of boost. Passive income. Okay, so yeah, we're doing all right. I think pretty much everybody's employed. So here's the harvest season, and here's the thing, like, I can't exactly remember what month you start. Maybe it's March. Anyway, if you don't immediately put in a farm, even if you do right immediately, you don't have enough time for the full thing to harvest. So I would have to be starting right now to put in a farm if I wanted to. Now let's see. While I'm babbling on, is there something I need to be doing here? I think everybody's good. We put oh, I was waiting on this guy. This guy's almost done. Um Holy crap, I just lost my train of thought. That's that ADHD kicking in. Anyway, I'm not sure it matters. Oh, I'm waiting on this to get done too, the trading post. I'll have to see if I remember what I was saying. Sorry, I got distracted on what I was doing, just standing here looking at the screen, babbling on. This guy's about done. We've got to get a couple more people coming in to town for a couple other jobs. So we may have to build another house here in a second. Might do that after the stone guy's done. My bad. I wish I could remember what I was saying. I felt like I had a point where I was going with whatever I was saying. I know we talked about having people having jobs and such. All right, is this done? Nope. Oh, well, let's fast forward it here. Come on. All right, that's done. Okay, so that might have been what I was thinking. I have to have somebody working there. Do. I need to start thinking about building another house. Is this one filled? I think this one's filled. Yep. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't know why that thing, sometimes it stays up there, sometimes it doesn't. Makes it hard to see there. Oh, so oops, sorry, I knocked the microphone around. Not sure if you noticed that, but when I tried to go just a little bit farther to the left, it was going to put down two single plots, which I've made that mistake before. And the problem with it is those people can't grow anything in their backyard. Um, you can only get one person in, so you have to almost immediately build another house if you're needing somebody else to come into town and do some work. It's definitely a it's definitely a little bit of a strategy. You gotta have to have some strategy. And normally you don't realize you need something until you get down the road, and all of a sudden it's like you don't, like that one showed me. I didn't have enough materials. You don't have enough tools. Speaking of tools, we have 6 left, so we have to think about iron and building a smithy. And we actually have to build a. This is where the snowball starts to really build up. But let me put this on low. Is this thing done? Okay. And there's still one stone in there they got to gather out. So here's kind of what I'm saying here. So this will give me iron ore. I have to smelt the iron ore into iron slabs. So that's one job that the iron will bring to you. Then you have to have a smithy that turns the iron slabs into tools. So that's 2, and I feel like I think when you got to get to level 3 on your housing. I have not done that yet. But when you get to level 3 on your housing, I think you can have little like tool makers or gadget makers or something to that degree. Yeah, I can't even look at it because I'm not to level 2 yet, but they can take iron bars and make what they call, since I don't have any, okay, I'll tell you what, let's go to the trading post here. I'll show you. Trade, I think it's over here in this fancy stuff. See if it's in here. We go. Okay, so you have wooden parts that they can make at their house when you upgrade it. I thought there was metal parts. Metal parts. Maybe that's that. No, that's clothing. All right, I'm not sure. I thought there was something else you could do with the iron though. But there's definitely a few jobs you have to create to get, because I've definitely got to have some tools. I think every job you create has to have tools. Okay, is this okay, I'll take that one off of there. And this is empty. We can destroy that. Yes. We'll keep that road going out there. So that gave me another worker. I need to take that worker and I need to put him into the trade place. I just assume everybody on this game is a he, because that's what I keep saying. So I apologize to any of the females that might be listening, but like when I was a kid playing video games, I think all girls thought I was a loser because I played video games. So, and realized there's there were so many in the gaming these days. That's awesome. I need to trade some firewood. Okay, so I have to pay $10 to open up this route. I'm going to open up that route for $10. That's why you got to be careful about your money. Now I have 74. Okay, so it took me a second to figure this out too, but export. So I have 74 on hand. I don't want to ever have less than about 30 on hand. Right now it's 30. As your town grows, you're going to want to have probably 40 or 50 because each of these houses are going, each of these houses get a certain amount of wood every now and then. So basically, that should basically bring me down to like, or that should trade 44 firewood, which should give me $44, which is going to help me to buy more pigs for some of these houses back here. But if I would have bought another pig, I wouldn't have even had enough money to open the trading route. You don't figure that out until later. If you don't have any way to make money, you're basically stuck. Okay, good. New family has moved in. Okay, I need that person to go to this space, I believe. Yes. Okay, so with that being said about the iron, let's get us a... that's going to drive me nuts if I do it like that. Okay. I want to try to get an iron mine going. Let's see, where is that? Okay, so yeah, it's a mining pit. It took me a minute to figure this out too. Because some of them are like quarries, which is workers extract rough stone and rubble. I think that's basically just for your stone deposits. Okay, I need one of those. And then it kind of lights up when you're where you need to be. Try to go right there. Okay. Yeah, because we're going to have to get some tools coming in. I've only got 6 left. All right, so we had one family come in. I should have room for one more. Oh, we need to upgrade that. Okay. Then we need to, I think we put a garden back here. Yep. So as you can see, this is all darkened out because like I don't have enough money to buy it, but it's 20 for the beetroots. So that's 10 weeks. It takes 10 weeks to grow. Cabbage takes 18 weeks to grow. It's $48. Carrots, 14 weeks, $32. So all that stuff. That's why I kind of like the pigs because that takes a long time for those to produce. And once they do, it seems like it does bring quite a bit into your village, but all right, this is something I just do as a habit. I want to make sure that everybody has all the work stations have somebody working there. And eventually, like with the like granary and the storehouse, you could do the upgraded one and like you're almost not ever going to run out of room. So you don't have to make a whole bunch of these, but you do have to be within the distance of this storehouse to go out and gather. So normally I have one big storehouse and then I have another little one to just kind of do what I was talking about earlier, set one up over here so it'll gather this clay when I send somebody out for it. All right, he's still got, I think we had like 60 carp. So yeah, I think he's not fishing right now. I think what I'm going to do, how's our food looking? We've got 11 months worth of food, so we'll be all right for a second. And we should have, what is it, September? So okay, yeah, it says it's shrinking. So the wild berries are shrinking, but it looks like you can still gather them all the way into September. We get into November. That's when the fishing's done. I'm assuming the berries. Yeah, I think they just saying there's 7. But anyway, here pretty quick, we're not going to have any fish and we're not going to have any berries, but we do have 11 months worth of food. And eventually, again, I can't move a mouse, but if you look on the left there, you can start bringing in pork. You can do a chicken farm. Chickens actually produce like chicken and eggs. Um, you can do goats. Goats do like the whatever that is over there, Chevon, and they actually do milk. The problem is, and they give you hide, so you got to have some goats because hide turns into leather. That's a long ways down the road. But all those little animals kind of help you out for sure. And eventually, you have like a tailor shop that makes shirts and clothing. To get to level 3, you have to have ale for people to drink. You have to have clothes for people to buy. And honestly, oh, slow down here. I haven't made it that far. I have not gotten to level 3 because my influence has always been so low. Which reminds me, before I go any farther, I need to build my manor. While I was waiting because we didn't have enough stone. And I don't know. I'm just going to go out here on the old outskirts of town. Apparently, you can build this whole big castle if you want to. I'm not really looking to be a big castle guy, so just that'll do fine. I definitely needed to do that. I don't know how far we are into this video, but I'll probably end this here shortly. Maybe when we get into November, because we're getting ready to get into the winter months. And we'll have to kind of strategize what we want to do. I know I've got to get people on this mine, but it looks like I've got to get some people here too. I'm still waiting for one more person to show up. We'll get the manor built and we'll get somebody running the mine. And that'll probably be the end of this episode. But hey, I appreciate you guys joining me. Again, if you made it this far, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up and that like button. I'll probably post videos pretty regularly. Kind of gives me something to do in the evening times after work. But I enjoy playing games like this. I like some of the more fast-paced games too, but I kind of have to really be ready for. I gotta really strap in if I'm gonna be recording and all that. So this is a little bit more laid back and easy going. All right, so this is a question mark saying the workers run out of berries, but I just keep them in there for right now. Okay, we made a little bit of money. Yep, we made a little bit of money on the trade there. We need a little bit more so we can get some more pigs. Let's see here. Okay, somebody just showed up. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So we've got somebody to run the iron mine. Which means the very, very soon, we've got to build this bloomery, which basically smelts the iron ore into iron slabs. We probably still have 6 tools. Yeah, oh, we're down to 5. So there, and it may have given this a tool. So that may have something to do with it. But we've got to make tools, or we've got to trade them. And trading, when I'm actually importing something, I have to pay some sort of a, believe it or not, tariff. Like, it's only a couple dollars, but it costs me a couple dollars for every item that I'm trying to trade, trying to import. So that kind of sucks. Okay, somebody came. Okay, somebody filled this up. Yep. I think I've got them building that over there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I just have to remember. You guys will have to remind me. I'm going to put the berry on pause. Oh, I need to remember to do that too. That's $25. We'll put the berries on pause, and then we'll hopefully have 2 workers over here working on this manor. We're gonna get the manor built. I'm gonna hold off on doing the taxes yet. I want to see how much influence that I get. I know I get 250, I think, right when I set up. But what I want to see is how much I get per month without doing anything. And then see what it is when I raise the taxes, and then see if it goes up any as I start building. I need to build a church pretty soon. The church definitely okay, so here this is filling in now. So they have access to this forage goods, vegetables, grains, fruits. They have access to meats, fish, animal product, water access, fuel. So the only thing I'm missing is the church. So we may end up working on that here, maybe next episode. I need to get the iron mine going. I need to get some tools being made. Let's see. Yeah, we still have 5 tools, but I need to get the Bloomery is going to take up a tool, and then the Smithy itself is going to take up a tool. So I've basically got 3 tools to spare before I've got to get those either built or trade them. And I feel like I want to get them built because we've got the iron to make endless amounts of tools. And eventually we're going to start exporting those and making some money off of some tools. All right. It seems like it takes forever to build that manor. Might be the 15 stones that it takes to build it. Oh, okay. I was going to say, why do I have 2 workers? I have 2 because I took the berry. I've already forgot that. All right, we're into October now. Let's see, I think. Yeah, see, so now that just says seasonal. So the fish are done. Berries are done. We've got 10 months worth of food, so we're in pretty good shape there. 44 carp, 87 berries. But it might be hard to read. That's all we've got. That's the only incoming food that we've got right now is the berries and the carp. The pigs will start bringing in some meat, but normally it's the first. It seems like it's the first to disappear. This one here is about done. I know, Viv. We're going to take a break here in a second. All right, there's that. So that gave me, that gave me 250 right off the bat. All right, so folks, we got quite a few things done that I wanted to get done on this episode. We have definitely brought in a couple more people. Sorry here. We've definitely brought in a few more people. We've got some berries lined up, and things are starting to look good. I haven't been down on this thing. Just kind of want to see what it looked like. Oh, I'm terrible with the keyboard, folks. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a pretty nice little manor there, I guess. That'll do the trick. All right. That's where we're going to end this episode, folks. I appreciate you riding along with me. We will catch you on the next one. Until then, be good. Stay safe.